Today we talk mobile app development in the automotive industry. Hey everybody, Dennis Schrotti, founder of DOYO Live Digital Marketing Interactive Design Conference, coming to you live from Bob and Chuck Eddy in Youngstown, Ohio. I am with Kelly Verosco, the marketing manager for Bob and Chuck Eddy, and also handles the customer experience. Kelly, thank you so much for giving the DOYO Live Marketing Show a home today.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. So, if you can't tell, we are actually sitting in one of our Chrysler Pacificas. It is an awesome minivan. Don't be scared if you're looking for a minivan, because this is a very trendy vehicle. It is a trendy vehicle,
and I'm getting comfortable with this because of the fact that we will be here at least in the next 6 months. We've got number 4, Quattro, on the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you, which is super exciting in my household. And my wife, my lovely wife, Joanna, who is actually the event coordinator for DOYO Live, has put the foot down. And when an Italian girl puts her foot down in a house, she puts her foot down. And she said, it is time. We are getting the minivan. So,
perfect.
Anyway,
and that's music to my ears. So.
It is. No better place, no other better place in town. You know, I met Kelly actually going back now. It's probably been 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So she and I met, reached out through the DOYO Live brand, and then obviously through the Icons brand as well, which is really awesome to get you featured in that publication.
Thank you.
But today, let's talk a little bit about Bob and Chuck Eddy. First of all, I want to give people some context about the dealership, the locations, how it started, where we got to where we are today.
Well, my grandfather started this Chrysler store. So this building that we are sitting in right now is the original location.
Right.
When Bob and Chuck Eddy's Chrysler Plymouth started in 1969.
No kidding.
Yeah. So we have been in operation for 48 years. So back in, I believe it was 2004, Chrysler had what they called an Alpha project, where they merged the Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, all of those brands together under one roof.
Right.
My dad had Chuck Eddy Dodge at the time. Grandpa had Bob and Chuck, he had Bob Eddy Chrysler Plymouth, Austintown Chrysler Plymouth.
Right.
And they merged together in 2004. So now we're here. We have Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and SRT. We have Vipers, etc. under this rooftop. Literally right across the way, I could see it from where we're sitting. We have our Fiat and Alfa Romeo showroom.
I had somebody Snapchat me a picture of them getting an Alfa Romeo here over the weekend. Wow. Literally, like they were like, check this out. This is going to be my new ride. And so you're the only Alfa Romeo dealer in the area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have clients who call out of Cleveland, everywhere. People that know what they want and say, okay, I want this Giulia, I want this Alfa Romeo, and they do, and they come in and get it.
And I'm super excited about that too. Hey, Faye Jack, keep it quiet. But when I come home today and my wife sees an Alfa Romeo in the parking lot instead of or in the driveway instead of the minivan, we don't want her to know exactly how that all went down.
You know, here's what I think we should do, Ralph. We will make you a deal you can't refuse. Let's get you in an Alfa Romeo Giulia.
That is very sassy.
That is a sassy car.
That is sassy.
That has Ralph Fajak written all over it. Your buddy Chuck is going to call you. We're going to make you a deal.
Full credit to Kelly, too, by the way. We want to fill this minivan up with a couple of our friends like Ralph and Bergen and go on the coffee tour.
Yes, we need to do that.
We need to do that. We need to document that.
Because we have so many friends that... You know, friends of ours from Bob and Chuck Eddy's that are owners of the coffee shops that are on the coffee tour.
Yeah. So let's get into that high octane relationship here in just a minute.
Yeah.
Because you're not just here in Youngstown, Ohio, but you also have your Grove City location as well with the Chevy brand, right?
We have a Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick location out in Grove City. It's on the West Main Street extension.
Yep.
About 5 minutes from the outlet mall. If that kind of puts it in perspective with where we're at. And then we also have, literally right next door to it, an additional Chrysler store. So if you're in Grove City and you're looking for a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or you're looking for a Cadillac, Chevrolet, Buick, come and see us in Grove City. Come and see my brother Chucky. Chucky is the general sales manager for both of the locations. He has a great team out there, and he would love to service you and sell you the dream new or pre-owned vehicle of your dreams.
And I've had a fortunate opportunity to meet the entire family and you know, through the Icons brand, and just, you know, great, wonderful people. You know, I can say it because we have a foundation in our family, the Rich Center for Autism. We have our annual golf outing that's coming up at the end of the month. You guys have been a prominent sponsor of that event at the end of August, for a number of years now. And in fact, the Rich Center for Autism has a pretty sweet 15-passenger van.
Yes.
As a result of you guys and the philanthropic efforts that you do. The Canfield Police Departments, all sorts of great things like that that you do from a community involvement. And so obviously, pillars of the community, and thank you, and so appreciative of that. But you know what? Here's the funny thing too, though. I've always wanted to get an Escalade because I don't want to ride around playing Nelly and saying, "Rolling in my Escalade."
Yes. Yes. And we can make that happen.
We can make that happen.
Yes.
All right. So let's get into talking a little bit about some of your marketing efforts, right? So we've got DOYO Live coming up next week. Kelly is attending DOYO Live for the first time, which we're super stoked about. But you've got this relationship with High Octane Coffee. Talk to me a little bit about how that came to fruition, a little bit about the why behind, you felt the need to maybe partner up with somebody and get a little additional exposure out there with that.
So we have always had our coffee from Marlowe's Coffee. So I do want to start with that. The Marlowe family, they have great coffee. They service a lot of local businesses.
Right.
And we still have that partnership. We still have that relationship because we do need decaf coffee in addition to our regular coffee. So we do have that relationship with Marlowe's. I don't want to take anything away from that because relationships in the community are important. That being said, Joe Sylvester, the owner of High Octane Coffee, came in. He wanted to buy a truck, so he was talking to my brother Bobby. He bought this beautiful bright orange truck off of us.
Yeah.
And when he and Bobby were talking, Bobby said, well, we need to do a coffee together. We need to come up with something. So they started talking, and Bobby said, well, let's do a Hellcat coffee. So the great thing with that is we have a Hellcat coffee to go with our Hellcat Challengers and our Hellcat Chargers.
Right.
And it's a Hellcat coffee from High Octane Coffee. So not only is it promoting a product that we have, it's promoting a product that Joe has.
Right. You
can purchase it at High Octane and you can exclusively have it here, whether you come in for sales or for service.
That's outstanding. And I follow Joe a little bit on Instagram, and the way that all started was through the relationship with you and seeing that cross-channel promotion, which by the way is a breakout session at DOYO Live. There's a couple people, Jeff Risner from 898 Marketing will talk about multi-channel and some cross-channel opportunities. And so I got engaged with Joe through that brand, through your brand, to show you the strength of social media. And he's obviously out racing on the weekend. And the nice natural, I call it native fit, is that you obviously are an automobile brand, right?
Right.
And he's coffee, and the way that you blended the two together is just brilliant, I think.
Thank you. It is, and I can't take any credit for that. That was Bobby and Joe's
But
baby.
you executed it.
But I'm executing it, so I'm helping to promote it, and I love the coffee. It's a great morning coffee. It's really a coffee for throughout the day. It's not overly strong, but it definitely is a good rev. It gets your engine revved up, for a good cup of coffee in the morning. So I think it's great. I think it's a smooth blend, and it's working well for us.
That is awesome. So we are live at Bob and Chuck Eddy in Youngstown, Ohio. They have multiple locations. They're Dodge Chrysler brand here, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, also only dealership that has those two brands in the Youngstown, Ohio, Northeast Ohio area, and then also in Western PA in Grove City. A short drop away. You go out there, you go shop, and you come home with a new Escalade.
That's it.
That's it. You go get you go to the North Face store, get a hoodie, and then you roll over to Bob and Chuck Eddy and you get the Escalade.
Yes.
Or a Traverse, or some of the other great Chevy products out there as well.
Absolutely. I mean, a Corvette. I mean, we don't have to limit ourselves.
Why be limiting?
Right.
So here's something I would like to ask you then, because I brought up the fact that I got engaged with another brand through social media. I really admire the work that you're doing from a Facebook Live perspective. Let's talk a little bit about your efforts from Facebook Live and what you've been doing to create additional awareness for Bob and Chuck Eddy.
Okay. For me, I just thought it would be fun. I've been watching everyone with their Insta stories or their Facebook Lives, and I thought, why not do one at the dealership? I wear a lot of hats. I manage our mobile app. I have fun with social media, and I thought, why not have my own little Facebook Live show, whether someone wants to come and enjoy me or I just do my own thing. And I thought, let's keep it around the 4 C's. So I talk coffee, I talk cars, I talk community involvement, and I talk mobile app content. Since
That's
we
awesome.
have a mobile app now.
So you established a format, right? 4
Yeah.
C's, which is a great plan.
Yeah, so I keep it with that. There are some weeks that it might be a 10-minute show. There are some weeks it could be a 45-minute show. Sometimes my sister-in-law and my little niece will come up. We've sat in a Pacifica and we've showed the functionality that, like, if you are at a sporting event or you are at a concert or wherever you might be, maybe you have inclement weather, you can stow the seats that are behind where Dennis and I are sitting. We put up a little seat for my niece to sit in, so she was sitting right behind us. The car was not moving. We were parked on the showroom. Let me have the disclaimer there.
No kids were hurt in the making of this video.
Yes,
Right.
but it shows the functionality
Yep.
of these vehicles, what you can do, how you can adapt in the moment, and we had a lot of fun with it. So what's neat with it is there is no set agenda that I have to have week in and week out. I like to cover my 4 C's, but you know, I'm not out there, I'm not, you know, selling cars every day.
No.
I like talking about our brand. I like talking about what we do, our family. So I feel like it's a perfect fit for me.
Beautiful. Hey, Becky, thank you for dropping by. She's a committee member. If you could share this right now on your feed, let's get some more people on the line. Carla Baird, thank you for dropping by as well. How about you share it? And Ralph Fajak, obviously, always thank you for sharing our information. But let's invite a few more people get on our live feed right now. We have Kelly Verosco, Marketing and Customer Service Manager, Customer Success Manager at Bob and Chuck Eddy. We are live here in Youngstown, Ohio. She's going to be coming to DOYO Live next week, which is super awesome. So glad that you're going to be in attendance.
I can't wait. Thank you.
And you know, the strategy and the methodology that you're employing with your Facebook Live, I commend you. That's so spot on, and it's so important, because what happens is a lot of people get out there, and I like to say they're throwing haymakers like from day one, and it's basically like they're sitting there saying sell, buy, which becomes very numb. And you have to get there and you have to give your audience value, whether it's some educational stuff from propping up things in the community. Maybe you're talking about some car maintenance, or you know, at the end of the day, you can always come back after you get into building that value of articulating the fact that you have some great vehicles that are going to be functional. So I commend the effort. I think a lot of people need to watch and realize that, you know, you create awareness, you create value by bringing value to people with what you know. So hopefully you find that tip to be a very helpful one, and it's obviously working for you because people are seeing it.
Yeah, and I don't want to take anything away from the selling, because I wouldn't be here right now without the selling of the vehicles, without my grandfather, my great-grandfather even, because I am considered a fourth generation between my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my father, now myself and my brothers. So the selling of the vehicles is important. I do touch on a product. I do talk about if it's summer clearance event, but my show, I like to kind of hint about that and talk about other things that are going on, so that, to your point, customers do know that we are more than just in your face about purchasing a vehicle. We want you.
And it is. You have to create the awareness. We're doing that because you also have to convert. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, here, you know, the bottom line with DOYO Live is this: that 364 days a year, I'm going to give you content. Our contributors are going to give you content that hopefully you can leverage into your marketing strategy, whether you're logging onto our Facebook Live, or you get our weekly email newsletter, or you come to a webinar. Because one time a year, we actually want you to, you know, buy a ticket and come to a conference. I've got 3 kids and a 4th on the way.
Yeah,
so, like,
that's it. And you've got to support your community.
Right. So you got to support your community, and as long as you're doing it in the right way, then obviously people get behind it, which they do, which is testimony to your growth and to your expansion as well.
Absolutely.
So another thing that I would like to talk about, so you've got your cross-channel relationships with another brand that makes sense. You've got your Facebook Lives. Let's talk a little bit about the development of your mobile app.
Perfect. So everyone works off of their telephone. I do. You do. You clearly do, Dennis. I mean, we are doing a Facebook Live right now.
Right.
You have Insta stories all day. You know, everyone's looking for vehicles.
Yep.
How else do you look at a vehicle, unless you're on a showroom floor or you're walking around a lot, you know, after hours. But you're looking for a vehicle, you're looking for that best deal, you're looking for a garage to have your vehicle serviced in. So why not have a mobile app? So my dad started taking all of those things into consideration.
Right.
And he said, we need to partner with someone. We need a mobile app for our dealership. Just like you have a mobile app for an airline, you have a mobile app for a department store, for a restaurant. There are so many mobile apps out there. Why not have one for Chuck Eddy Automotive for locations? So we partnered with EasyCare. EasyCare does our service contracts.
Yep.
All of our warranty contracts. So we partnered with EasyCare. They helped us develop it, and we went, we did a soft live in December.
Smart.
And we went live effective February 1st of this year, and it is growing. You can look at our inventory. You can request an appointment to have your vehicle appraised. You can do what's great about this, working from your phone, and everyone's time is precious. You can actually submit your secure credit application from the mobile app. It goes straight into our Route 1 finance system. It does not come to me. It does not come to my dad. It does not come to your salesman. It goes straight into our financing office, into their software, and you can do that ahead of coming in for your test drive, to do your paperwork.
Boom.
I mean, how efficient.
From my perspective, I think that this is a complete game changer in the automotive world. And you know, I think it's a disruptor in a good way. I think you're very early into the space that not a lot of other people are thinking in that direction, so I commend the effort there. It not only is a buyer's journey, create the awareness and get the engagement level because of the ease of use and access, low barrier to entry. I can submit my credit app. I don't really have to, you know, once I've got my vehicle identified, then obviously I can go through that mechanism. The other is from a customer loyalty perspective, your engagement in keeping your customers is absolutely fantastic play in that category. And the simple fact too is this. So I'll give you a couple of statistics. Number one is that there are more smartphones in the world today than there are toothbrushes.
Wow. Now put that in now think about that for a second.
That's a big world.
Wow.
And so there's some third world countries where people have bad dental hygiene, but the over 60 to 70% of the population has their phone within an arm's reach 24/7. There's actually, if you know, the first thing I'm probably, and if I'm alone in this, then I'm alone, but I don't think I am. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I grab my phone to see what's changed. People actually, there's now a classified medical condition that people get anxiety when they're not near their phone.
Wow.
So if you know, like your phone just beeped, you're a little bit
arm's length away,
and you're wondering, right? And you want to check. So having a mobile app, the amount of the mobile usage in the United States has now exceeded desktop usage. So it's completely, I think, brilliant that you went that path. How have you taken the approach then to gain adoption to the mobile app? So with existing customers, you've got some sort of promotion that tells them to download this, right?
We do. So part of the sales process is to download the mobile app, and we have signs throughout the dealership that talk about the mobile app, where you can find the mobile app. So if you are an Apple user, if you go to the App Store, type in Bob and Chuck Eddy, put a space between each word, otherwise it won't come up.
Right.
You can find the mobile app that way, and if you're an Android user, you can go into the Google Play Store and find it. So
Sweet.
No matter what platform, you can have our app. And even if you don't have a smartphone, there are people who still have flip phones, and maybe that's 10%, of our market. But some of them have tablets. So we can even download the mobile app onto a tablet, onto a smart device. So what's great with this mobile app is we are actually getting ready to take it to another level.
So, big announcement here today.
Yes, you are hearing it first.
First here on the DO Live Marketing Show.
We are getting ready to launch in August a VIP rewards program where by using your mobile app, by downloading the mobile app, by scheduling a test drive, by coming in and maybe having service work completed or purchasing an accessory in our parts department, you are going to earn points here in the dealership that you can use towards your next vehicle purchase.
That is awesome.
It is really cool. If you do this right, and there's a form and it'll show you how you can earn points over a 5-year period, you can earn close to $5,000
No way.
towards a trade-in, depending on how you do this over the course of 5 to 7 years. Just by mobile app engagement. You download your mobile app. You come in for service here.
For how much I'm on my fly, I might get a car for free.
Well, I mean,
you got a tilt on it, right?
so there are guidelines with this here, but the great thing is it's going to increase our retention. It's going to increase loyalty, and it's like an airline. Who doesn't love earning airline miles? Who doesn't love earning points when you're shopping at
gas points?
Gas
whatever
points.
your food store of choice is.
Toys R Us. Everyone around us. We have all of these little nieces and nephews and little cousins and friends, and I mean, we have a Toys R Us card, so we love our points.
And I love the loyalty program. I think so many people get so caught up in net new growth and attracting a new customer. Mm-hmm. And, you feel slighted by the carriers of the world and in the mobile carriers and your cable company, because they work so hard to get your business, but they don't work very hard to keep your business.
That's it.
And from a brand loyalty perspective, I'm very apt to get wondering eyes and shop around. And the fact of the matter is that you're so willing to recognize and invest in that to keep your customers happy, keep your customers your customers, because you worked so hard to get them and value them, is just an amazing, I think, way to approach, not just marketing, but business in general, and what you guys are invested in, and that's people.
It is people. The great thing with this is we're going to have, it's called a paid tier and a free tier. So maybe you aren't in the market to purchase a new vehicle. Maybe, you are just a customer who has been with us since the beginning. Maybe you're going on your 3rd or 4th vehicle. You can have, once we go live with this, you can become part of our loyalty program.
Sweet.
Still earn points, still have discounts for service, still have some of those things. And so we want to do something to be able to honor our customers no matter where you're at with your buying process.
Yeah.
The paid tier is something that you're going to want to take advantage of when you're purchasing your vehicle, because there are some discounts you can have during the signing, during the financing part of that process.
Cool.
That you're going to want to take advantage of.
So go to the iTunes or Android Play Store, download the Bob and Chuck Eddy app. Awesome opportunity to be able to grab that app today. We are live here in Youngstown, Ohio, at Bob and Chuck Eddy, sitting in a brand new, I think, Town and Country
Chrysler Pacifica.
We're in the Pacifica, and it's amazing.
It is amazing. It's a beautiful car. It's a family car, but it's a trendy car. When you used to think of a minivan, it's that stereotype, oh, you're a soccer mom, oh, you're a soccer dad. But this here is really a cool vehicle.
I watched an interview with Dave Grohl, and he said he drops his kids off in a minivan.
There's no shame.
So, like, if you could be the lead singer of one of the greatest rock bands of our generation, and drive a minivan, so
I mean, why not?
So, here's how we're gonna kind of wrap some things up today. Really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come out here, Kelly.
No, thank you. I'm honored to be a part of your show.
So, you are a first-time attendee of DOYO Live,
yes,
which is really exciting, and we're so glad that you're coming to the event. Tell me a little bit about what you are looking forward to at DOYO Live.
So, I'm looking forward to learn. I love learning.
Cool.
I loved when I was in college. I loved classes. I loved books. I love all of those things. So for me, this is a new position for me. I've worked for my dad off and on for the better part of probably 17 years since I was in high school. And I've worn so many hats working here. But this position with doing some marketing, being, they call me the mobile app queen. So with doing those things, this is new. So thank you. So, any tidbits, anything that I can use to really help grow what I'm doing here for the Chuck Eddy Automotive Group, that's what I'm looking forward to. One of the breakout sessions that I'm interested in going to is it Christopher Stevens from Sweeney?
Oh, Chris Anderson.
Chris Anderson from Sweeney.
Yep.
Because he's doing a breakout session with
online reviews.
Online reviews. So I'm curious to see how they're doing. I want to see in the automotive business how someone else is doing it.
Yeah, no, very specific to that. So we've got 21 breakout sessions, which makes things, you know, the biggest, like that is one of the biggest challenges for anybody that's coming to the event, because we give a lot of content and a lot of options. And like generally my goal is that we want you to try to have to make this decision to maybe 2, maybe 3 most talks that you want to go to, and make it a difficult one, because then we know that we've got a lot of good content that it can present. You know, people come to conferences for obviously a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
I think some of your friends are going to be there as well, so it could be a good networking opportunity as well.
Absolutely. And I love talking to people. I love networking. So for me, it's perfect. I not only can get caught up with friends, but if I can have some takeaways that I can bring back and apply to my job and take what I'm doing to the next level, that's a great thing.
Well, listen, we appreciate you giving us the opportunity to come here today. So happy that you're coming to DOYO Live next week. Tickets are still on sale for DOYO Live. We are just about completely sold out on our workshops on day 1. We've got just a couple spots left.
That's great.
We extended that. That's a new offer. We do still have some tickets available for August 3rd. You could use the promo code DOYO2017. Save yourself $40. That's 20% off tickets. Sales. We have over 200 people that are registered for the event right now. We've got somebody that's checking out the new Pacifica, so that's really awesome as well. And so it's super cool. Thank you everybody for dropping by today. Thank you, Bob and Chuck Eddie. Thank you, Kelly, for letting us be here.
Thank you,
and
Dennis.
we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.
Have a great day.